want to. Eric here with driverlineup.com, world's okayest steering wheel holder, as your host. And Jenna's literally sitting over here going, I don't want to, as I hit the record button.
Because I don't want to.
She's just waking up. And we're having
the world's bitterest co-pilot.
World's okayest coffee. Because we're in the world's not okayest state, which is New Jersey. Yes, that is a dog drinking water.
I'm pretty sure everybody who watches our channel is aware that they will hear very bizarre related dog
Yes, in our videos you're going to hear dog stuff. Anyway, I first want to start off by saying that last night...
You're going to beat a dead horse again in this video.
No, I'm not going to beat a dead horse.
Beating that dead horse.
I'm not going to talk about...
I'm gonna run my truck the way I want to, guys.
I'm not going to talk about how I'm right with the way we run our truck.
I'm just going to keep beating this horse.
But last night I did say that, and keep in mind, when I made that video, it was 150 miles out of New Jersey in PA, long before delivering, which I'm going to tell you about the place we delivered here shortly, but long before delivering, and I said there's a specific type of load that I would like to try to get out of New Jersey, and this morning, bam, was able to get in a load choice and get that exact load, which Jen and I have done like 3 times. We've done it, it feels like probably 3 times out of New Jersey. It leaves at like midnight tonight, goes down to Georgia. It's great paying load. So we ended up getting $2 a mile into New Jersey and $2.15 a mile out of New Jersey. So we're pretty pleased with that. But now, and I said last night, I don't really hate New Jersey. It always seems to work out for us. But
I hate New Jersey.
I will say I very much dislike New Jersey for a lot of reasons. One of which is that, and I don't mean this to be offensive to anyone who's from New Jersey, but I'm just going to say it. I think they're probably the most inconsiderate drivers in the country when it comes to truck drivers. Four-wheelers, it's just really packed, and I don't know.
Too.
I don't know, but I don't pay attention to them. Maybe they are. I don't know. It's just there's just a ton of four-wheelers. But truck drivers in New Jersey, you guys are assholes, man. I mean, I'm just like, this morning we were trying to get parked at a service plaza on a toll road, and there was an Amazon truck who got himself into a really bad bind. I can't even imagine how he possibly got into the situation that he got into, but it was bad. And basically where you exit the travel plaza, somehow he'd managed to have his truck turned the opposite direction. Where the back of his trailer is where you would exit, and the front...
He made a U-turn and was trying to swim upstream. Yeah,
well, his clock had run out. He couldn't find a spot, and he knew there's no spots down the road. This is during rush hour, you know. So he'd gone around the lot and made it to the exit, and he's like, crap, you know, I don't have any time. I've got to turn around and go keep looking for a spot. Well, that didn't work out for him at all, and he got into a really bad jam. And so me trying to be helpful, I tried to block all the trucks that were just jamming through this rest area so that he could try and figure it out. I mean, it sucks, you know.
And we wouldn't normally put ourselves like in the way like that and try to step in, but they were literally, it is not a joke to say that people were flying past at like 25 miles an hour with half an inch between them and the corner of his trailer and other trucks that were bonus parked. It was literally less than an inch on either side.
Yeah.
And none of these people had a CB on. None of them would listen. And, you know, they're just honking, which is making this poor guy panic even more. Like,
yeah, it was just, and it was just like non-stop trucks flowing through this place because they were all getting off the highway trying to find somewhere to park. Everybody was just delivered in the morning, and there's nowhere to park there. So they're just coming off the highway, going right back onto the highway. Well, okay, it sucks that this guy's got it jammed up. We get that. But he has to be able to get it un-effed, you know. He has to be able to, he has to unjam himself, and someone's got to give him the chance. Because he keeps trying, he keeps putting in reverse, and we're watching him. He keeps trying, he'll go back like an inch or two, then a truck will just go right past him, and he can't move. So he's blocking the whole area, but nobody's giving him a chance to actually get un-effed.
And he couldn't pull forward because in front of him was a light pole, and four yellow big concrete barriers, poles. So he was like Austin Powers, you know, just he was stuck. So I stopped and put the hazards on, and I'm trying to block the trucks just long enough so that he can try and get himself out of the way, because it's just a really bad situation. I'm trying to be helpful. And all these trucks just start getting pissed off at me and then almost hitting my trailer, trying to squeeze around past me to squeeze past him. Nobody wanted to stop and let this situation get solved. Like, nobody was about solutions. They were just jammed through there. And the worst part is once Eric was able to stop the flow of traffic and get these people to stop being dicks, it literally took that driver like 25 seconds to get out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it was because I got out of the truck
with his safety
jacket on. I went, you know, and this is like war zone. And Remy, oh God, it's like a war zone out there. So I go over to his truck and I'm like, bro, what can I do to help? And he's like, I have no idea. He's like, I'm out of time. I'm on PC. I can't leave this place. I don't know what to do. And I was like, okay, well, you know, take a breath. It's all good. I mean, I came back and told Jen, I was like, he was in full-on panic. You know, this guy had no idea what to do. So I'm like, just take a breath. We got this. Is good. So what do you need me to do? And he said, well, I think maybe, can I go back the way you're coming from? I said, absolutely not.
Are you sure? Can you just back up, and can I just follow you while you back up?
He said, absolutely not. There's like 30 trucks behind me. They're all pissed at both of us. And you cannot go that way.
There go the primes holding everybody up.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's Prime holding everybody up. It's actually Amazon. But I was like, you cannot go, you know, you can't go the way that it's not gonna happen. So he said, well, maybe can you come past me and, you know, tell me if I can go back, if I can back down the on-ramp and then go in the front row? I said, no. He said, what you're gonna have to do is back up a few feet, turn into this aisle that you're in front of, this middle aisle, and there's actually some open spots. The reason that no one knew there's open spots is because these jackasses, which I did a video on this on Halloween. These jackasses who park behind all the parked trucks, you know, the parked spaces, which by the way is a pet peeve of mine. Like, if you got to do it in the middle of the night, fine, do it, but wake your ass up and move your damn truck when the sun comes up. Because what happens is, when you're parked behind, say, 7 trucks, you know, that are going one way, and you park behind them, and 5 of those trucks leave in the morning at 5:30 a.m., there's now 5 open spots that nobody can get to because you're set behind them. So just wake up, go on PC, and move your damn truck into one of those spots. Anyway, I digress. So I'm like, you know, there's spots like that. So if you go down this aisle, you'll be going the wrong way, but you can nose into one of those spots. Then later today, when one of those trucks leaves, you can swing out and leave. So yeah, like Jetta said, it took 25 seconds. I mean, wasn't it literally like half a minute? Yeah. This whole situation was rectified. But it was jammed up for half an hour because none of these New Jersey drivers would freaking stop to help and get the situation resolved, you know, or just let him try and get out of the way.
Well, and my favorite part was the one who squeezed through and gave me the finger, like, as if I have something to do with it. I'm like literally just sitting there in the passenger seat. and he gives me the finger and rolls by with the biggest air leak I've ever heard on a truck ever. And
this guy is like, because when they passed us, they're right by our window, and it's just, you know, all the way past the window. So yeah, there was that, and then there was the receiver this morning. Oh my God, this receiver. Like, words cannot even begin to describe. And this is why I think people hate New Jersey. Because it's like we were saying last night, New Jersey is like New York City's Butler. You know, it is the distribution center for New York City. That's what it is.
I would call it New York City's trash can.
It's New York City's trash can too, you know, so it's where all the stuff that's going to New York City comes and gets sorted and sent over, and then it's where everything they don't want comes back to. You know, and it's so dense and highly populated that it's just it's not fun. So anyway, this receiver I went to this morning, I'm not going to name the company, but it was the most asinine thing I've ever seen in my life. As far, well, in my trucking career, that they have like 10 blocks, 10 city blocks, huge distribution center, and like 10 city blocks where they basically say there's only one street that's about 2 blocks long that trucks are allowed to park on. So, but you've got a total of these 10 city blocks, I don't know, what would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, like 6 or 7 streets in and around these 10 city blocks. How many of those streets had trucks parked on them?
Every single one of them.
Like every single street. And
every single one of those streets, except for the one that you're supposed to be parking on, have big signs that are like no parking,
tow zone,
towed and cited.
In the guard shack, it's like if you park on Joseph Street, you know, you're gonna get towed. If you park out, you're gonna get towed or cited or something. Nobody gave a shit. There's trucks everywhere, and there's nowhere. Drop trailers. Nowhere to park our truck. Now, we got there at like midnight, so that was partly our fault. But this receiver does not allow you to just pull your truck up to the guard shack and then go inside, you know, drive into the place, go inside, talk to them, wait for a door. Like any normal situation, you know. You have to park somewhere out on the street, walk to the guard shack, then walk outside the fence all the way, which is about half a mile, all the way around the building on the snow and ice sidewalk that hasn't been cleared. Go into walk through another guard shack, then walk in through another set of doors, and then go check in, and then go back to your truck, which is illegally parked, and then wait for a call for a door, which is going to take hours beyond your appointment. This was the case with every single truck there. So basically every truck was illegally parked. And to make it worse, there's piles of snow and ice everywhere in the streets. There's people have orange barrels out trying to block the entrances to their businesses and their houses. There's cars parked on the streets. It's just absolute chaos. And it takes hours of us sitting out on one of these streets that I don't. Also, it was sketchy. What on a scale of 1 to 10? How sketchy was it?
Huh?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how sketchy was that area?
13.
13. It was so sketchy. Like literally, when I left the truck to go check in, Jenna's like, "Take your knife out and carry it in your hand."
And that, like, the worst part is I'm like the least spooked of any ghetto environment. Like, I literally have zero fear. Like, it's gonna get me injured one day, but I'm never concerned like anywhere we are. And I was concerned in that particular location.
It was like, sketchy. And not only that, if you look at the Google reviews for this place, they're like, watch out for this crackhead.
Well, it looked like an opening scene for a movie like Batman, where, you know, somebody's parents get murdered in a dark alley. And then, you know,
like I'm not exaggerating, guys. In the Google reviews, it's like, this kid will ask for money. He's actually a crackhead. You know, like someone stole diesel from my tanks. No joke. It's just awful. So they finally several hours later call us for a door, and we get in there, and guys, it was the toughest dock that I've ever gotten into. Like, not even, it's not even close. It was the toughest dock that I've ever gotten into. And it was because they have their, now if you arrive at this place at like 6 or 7 in the morning, you're fine, because all the day cab, you know, preloaded trailers going to the local grocery places, they're all gone because they were getting picked up by day cabs. But if you arrived there at the time that we were there, which we got a call for our door at like 2:30 in the morning, all those preloaded trailers ready to go to grocery stores are sitting right in front of the docks. So it basically created this just impossible situation. It was terrible. The docks are really close to each other. There's yard dogs and all day cabs running all over the place. Nobody wants to stop and let you back in. You know, the whole situation is just freaking, it's just maddening. And I actually went in and was like, guys, you know, it's not really, like, I don't think it's a good idea for me to be continuing trying to get into this spot. Like, you got 2 long-nosed trucks on either side of it. There's trailers right across from it. And it's just a bad situation. The guy says to me, and I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not trying to be prideful or anything, but I'm actually pretty damn good at backing the truck. Now, knock on wood, and there actually is wood in here. I'm pretty damn good at backing the truck. I'm very confident with it. Will I always get better? Of course, but I can pretty much, in a pinch if I have to, I can sink this trailer into just about anything, except for that Bass Pro drop trailer yard in Springfield. But other prime drivers that were there couldn't do it either. So anyway, this guy says, well, if you don't get into that door, we're gonna send you back out on the street. You're gonna have to wait for another door, and we won't pay attention because you basically denied the door that we gave you. So I had to go work into this door, and it was the worst. Oh my God, it was so awful, man. It was so awful. I'm talking about like Austin Powers, you know, shimmying back and forth, coming to within an inch of one trailer, and then coming to within an inch of one of the trucks that were at the door. Get out, look, see, okay, I'm an inch away, I'm too close. You know, just terrible, terrible situation. And then the whole thing happened, you know, when we finally get out of there, the whole thing happened with going to the travel plaza to deal with that whole Amazon situation. So that's why people don't like New Jersey, man. It's, I mean, I deal with it because, like I said, we got $2 a mile into New Jersey, and then tonight we get $2.15 a mile out of New Jersey on the load we wanted. So, you know, to me, like, it's just the price you pay. It's like a toll, you know, to deal with that kind of shit. But that's why, New Jersey, that's why people don't like you. It's just stuff like that, you know? It's just not, I'm not saying I want my hand held and everything to feel comfortable all the time, but generally speaking, a lot of what happens once you cross into New Jersey in a truck is chaos. So anyway, that's our day. We're gonna head over there here shortly, pick up this load tonight. So I just wanted to give you guys a bit of the scoop, let you know where we're at, what we're doing. Thanks so much, guys. Be safe, make good decisions, and as always, drive to thrive.